Okay, everybody. Going to give you a little introduction to the AP Physics C topic and kind of talk about the exam a little bit. It's important you watch this video. I will try to figure out a way to get this so you have to watch it. I'm not exactly sure how I can do that, but we'll see. Maybe one of those Ed puzzle things. I got to mess around with that a little bit. But anyway, um, down here, let me hide this real quick so you can see that. Down here, digital learning topic 3, AP Physics C review. All right, go ahead and click that. Um, this so let's just look at the whole thing here. I put links to College Board resources here and here. I'm going to make a scan of my 5 steps to a five, the chapters in here. They might be useful. There's really not that much in here. There's some lab questions in here which are important, but I'll make a scan of that for you and post it as soon as possible. But anyhow, I'm gonna read through some of what they have here for you, just kind of give what I think is probably gonna happen here. And then you can dig in, then we'll talk about these two links. So first of all, May 11th, it's actually the very first exam of all these AP exams, I believe. So May 11th, 12 p.m. is our Eastern time. Look at Hawaii, 6 a.m. It's pretty wild. I mean, I guess there's probably not too many people in Hawaii taking the exam, just because. But anyway, you have 25 minutes to read and respond to question 1, and 5 minutes to upload your response. After uploading the response to question 1, students will have 15 minutes to respond to question 2, with 5 additional minutes to upload their response to question 2. I'm going to assign you some of those AP classroom short answer things that are in here, because I really think that's exactly what it's going to be like in terms of the submission and what it's going to look like on the screen. All right, they released that this year, which was kind of interesting. If you're a conspiracy theorist, it's kind of funny how many things were kind of set up for distance learning. But anyhow, College Board, Bill Gates are all working together. No, so there's there's those short answer questions on the College Board website that you have to submit digitally. You take a photo of your work, you upload it, JPEG. So we'll have to figure that out, what the best process flow is in doing that. I'm not sure. But anyway, so question 1 and question 2, 25 minutes, 15 minutes. Now, the descriptions are interesting. Question 2 is a little more predictable than question 1, if you ask me. But I'll talk about them here. So you have 25 minutes to do question 1, 60% of the exam. All right. So it's a long free response question. Question description. This question assesses students' ability to do the following: analyze representations of physical situations. All right. So I think that means like a diagram. Determine scientific questions and methods. Determine scientific questions and methods. Okay. Analyze quantitative data represented in graphs. Develop an explanation or a scientific argument. All right. Long free response question with increased emphasis on analyzing and explaining the Physics C mechanics concepts represented by representations and data. Question will have less emphasis on pure calculations due to exam administration security protocols. So question 3 on the 2017 AP Physics 1 exam as an example. So I got to go AP Physics 1. This is AP Physics C, and they're referencing an AP Physics 1 exam. So I'll go, let me write that down. I meant to find that and post it. Question 3, 2017 AP 1 exam. So yeah, units 1 through 5. So 6 and 7 are simple harmonic motion and oscillation, and gravitation, unfortunately. This is basically kinematics, energy, linear momentum, and rotational. Basically, what we have there. Here we go. Formula sheet. you should have ready to go, access it or print it. So maybe you want a couple computers going. I don't know. Questions on the 2020. This is important. Note: Physics C mechanics exam are designed such that required calculations can be done with pencil and paper with no calculator. So I don't know that there's going to actually be many numbers on here, including one with graphical, well, and statistical capabilities. The use of calculator is allowed. It may be helpful, not necessary. So there you go. Now, the course description over here. This document is crazy. Let me show you it really quick. I'm going to try to see if I can chop this up a little bit because there's actually some pretty good review notes in here. But this is the kind of stuff they produce their teachers, and it's just awful. I mean, it's like, look, you got this sideways page, and they try to make it look like helpful, but it just never is. They love putting these little this all has to do with next generation science standards, is what it is, NGSS. But anyway, here you go. Kinematics, Newton's laws of motion, that's Newton's second law and such. Work energy, power, momentum, impulse, rotation. There's only so much stuff they can ask, and I'll try to make one kind of review unit for kinematics, Newton's laws, one for work energy and power, one for momentum, and one for rotation. All right. All right. So where this document gets interesting is way, way, way down where it starts numbering. Here we go. So way down on page whatever this is, topic 1.1, kinematics motions in one dimension. It has great review stuff right here. This is your essential knowledge. Equations of motion, such and such. The derivative definitions, some information on velocity acceleration. Then it goes to two-dimension, the resultant, average velocity, average acceleration, basically projectile motion, just the fact that they just put in subscripts on there. And then Newton's laws of motion, you got to skip a few more pages. This background stuff for teachers is nonsense. And then there's review materials, which you could use this as review materials, these stuff in the blue boxes, which is, you could read through those and get good review. Anyway, that document's kind of crazy. So let's go back to the topic. Here we go. The course and the exam, College Board course page. All right. So this talks a little bit about the exam. They have these online review lessons. I went and looked at these and I couldn't bear to watch 3 minutes of one. So I doubt you'd be into it. It's a YouTube link. They do these daily live streams, Physics C mechanics, and you can click here. And these aren't on the unit. I'm not even really sure why they put them in here, gravitational forces, but you can go back and watch kinematics in one dimension, kinematics in one dimension part 2. Man, I gotta tell you, I tried watching one of these and I was not having it. It's a screencastify, so I mean it's like PowerPoints and stuff. I don't know. There's some interesting things, but they might be good. Mr. Friendly. It might be good, but I didn't really give it much of a shot. I just blanked out. But it's kind of cool because the playlist is set up over here so you can scroll through it. So they're kind of long though. Anyway. Let's see. The exam. This one is important, okay? This is an important link. Exam from College Board. Now, this really doesn't tell us a whole lot here anymore. This doesn't apply. I'm surprised they didn't change that. I got to tilt this up more. You know the lights are going to be in the background. All right, this is what's important. Free response questions, right? Those are the 2019 free response questions. So they give you set 1 and set 2 right here. And there's actually a couple really good questions on here. And this is probably where I'm going to start some of the review. And when you click one of these, it opens up a PDF file. All right. And you got your equation sheets and then some questions. And here you go. Here's one. And you know what's funny is they've been kind of trending this way. They give you masses here, but velocity versus time, right? The velocity versus time is curved, so this is accelerating, right? I'm sorry, the acceleration is changing. So we have some conceptual questions to answer here, a brief statement, so I'm going to go through this question because I think there's a lot here in terms of kind of how they're going to ask questions, right? This type of question. Students repeat the experiment, and then how does it change the results? So that's the kind of stuff I think they're going to be looking for. This one's a calculation one. It's a good one, but it's a big calculation one. Not going to be on there. This one is very good. Okay, so it's a no calculator required. It's variables, all variables. I thought for sure actually they would put one of these graphs on there, but maybe they won't now. It shows omega versus omega graph, which you've never done before, but how do we interpret it? Well, we can try to omega final versus omega initial, and then there's a line here. So we'll make the equation and see what we can figure out from that. So that looks like a good question. And then, all right, let's see. Set 2 has an even better question. Number 3 on here is one that I think is worthwhile in terms of, okay, we have all variables, no numbers, except for this business down here, and then that stuff is dealt with conceptually in terms of graphs. So I think this is the first one I'm going to do because it reviews quite a bit of stuff all in one question. So I'm probably going to assign this one for homework. So when I assign this stuff, you click here to get to the problems. All right, and you get to this website. If you want more free response questions, I'll put a separate link to this one, past free response questions. I'll make a separate link for that in the topic. Same here. So if I say do number 2017-2, you go to 2017 free response questions, and you go to number 2. Or if I'm, yes, I know all the solutions are there, but whatever. Yeah. So that's about all I wanted to show you there. I got a bajillion tabs open here. It drives me nuts. I'm going to update that with a couple more links, come up with some more assignments. I'm going to go through the AP classroom and figure out which of the topics has a good question for practice and uploading submissions. I guess you wouldn't have to draw a graph. If you have to draw a graph in a fit line, they probably won't ask you that because, how are you going to do that? They don't expect you to print stuff out. Anyhow. All right, guys, I just wanted to show you that quick. Just give you some information on this. Peruse this website. Let's see. Shoot me an email. Okay, guys, shoot me an email saying you saw this video, you got to this point, and I'll give you a bonus point or something. I don't know. All right, so shoot me an email says you saw this, and I'll give you a bonus point. I know a lot of you have hundreds anyways, but oh well. All right, I'll talk to you later. Let me stop this thing.